Hi guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel today, and we thought we'd do something a bit different. Today I'm joined by the lovely Sara Challice, who is a fellow author like myself, so we thought we'd bring our books along.
We have.
And Sara's the author of Who Cares?
I am, yes.
And then obviously you're all aware of my Hope with Depression, Hope with OCD, Hope with Eating Disorders 2nd edition, and my girls are behind me laughing at me, and obviously there's a new one coming out called Hope with Anxiety, which is due out in October this year. So we thought that we would discuss today about what has led us to actually writing the books, because if you told me even 8 years ago that I would be surrounded by so many books and an author, I wouldn't have believed you. So obviously it's our stories and that have led us to writing these self-help books. So tell us a little bit about what's led you to write Who Cares?
Okay, so what happened, I would say I'd been caring for Neil at that time about 12 years.
That was your husband?
And that was my husband, so I've been caring for him, and I'd fallen ill, and I got over all these hurdles. There'd been one thing after another. I'd fallen flat on my face, picked myself up, then got over one thing after another. And by the 12th year I thought, my God, I've learnt so much. You know, people need to know this. I didn't know this, and I'm an upbeat, positive person.
And was there anywhere you could go to find the information, or was it all a bit fumbling about in the dark?
It's not, as a carer, you're not, things are not handed to you on a silver platter. You have to really put the feelers out, and with that, I was, you know, struggling. For carers, we're often behind closed doors, isolated. And so with my book, I kind of thought to myself, God, people need to know all this information, all in one book, as it were. And with all sorts of things, and not just anybody, you know, caring for a loved one who's got a neuro condition or cancer, for example, but
which is obviously what your husband was suffering
That's what
from,
my husband had, but for anybody caring. And then I thought to myself, they're very honest with you today, but I thought, oh no, you know, but writing a book on caring, how boring, how depressing, and I kind of laughed, and I laughed it off. And then I was at the Tate Modern about a week later. I was in their bookstore, and they had a cheeky book by the till, and it said Steal Like an Artist, and because I'm a graphic designer anyway, I thought, oh, that sounds funny, and I just opened it randomly, and it said, write the book that you would want to read. And that was it.
So that was it, you were off.
That was it, and I went, that's what I'm going to do. It's going to be an uplifting, positive book to help carers look after themselves, give them some research facts, psychology, all that sort of thing. And that was it, and that's when I started to write it.
Because I think as a carer of someone with, whether it be a physical or a mental health issue, I think you can quite easily get lost in caring for that person that, you know, obviously you love, and that's your destiny maybe for that time. But I know that when I was looking after or helping Sam, obviously, and that went on for many years, on and off, didn't it, Sam?
Many.
She's in the background.
Too many.
Yeah. So I think you do lose yourself and you do forget, but I always say to the mums now that I work with, you know, it is so important that you look after yourself, because I never found that time. There are times when I wish I'd stepped out of life and gone somewhere with my friends, but I always...
Filling yourself up, you've then got more to give
so that
others,
it gives you more armour, so that when you come back into the fight or the challenge or the war, whatever way you want to look at it, you're refreshed, renewed and ready to go. And it's not just about being the parents. You know, I was sitting with a family yesterday, and they were saying about, you know, the siblings, it affects illness, whether it be mental or physical, affects everyone, not just the sufferer. And it is so important that you look after yourself.
Yes.
You know, take that time to read a magazine, go for a walk, watch your favourite television programme, go and have a glass of wine with friends.
Yeah, and don't feel guilty about it
either. No, and I think that's the biggest thing. It is about feeling that bad because you've gone out to have a nice time and that person's at home perhaps not having such a nice time. So so I think obviously our story, which obviously a lot of the viewers are aware of, But for those that aren't, obviously, we've gone through our fair share of mental health issues within the family.
And then you've been writing your books.
Yes, so obviously, and that's what's led to
here.
Yeah, a lot of writing, 4 years back to back of writing 4 books. So.
Amazing.
And now it's time to have a rest.
Yes.
For me.
Fill yourself up.
Fill my boots. But no, that's what's led us to. So it's through our own stories, guys, that have led us to being authors, and we're both published by the same publisher.
Yeah, Georgina Hammersmith
Health
Books. Yes.
So, which obviously she's done well by you as well, hasn't
Absolutely.
she?
You know, thank you to Hammersmith Health Books. It's very difficult to get your book published and out there at times. I know there's a lot of self-publishers, etc. But we knew that our messages were really important, in fact vital, because too many people are suffering.
Yes.
Either through
silently and behind closed doors,
or carers. You know, and then it's a knock-on effect. And if you kind of don't look after yourself, if you are just struggling, things just get worse. And then it's also no man is an island, like you say. You know, then it affects others around you. So it's so important to then give yourself.
I think also there's that analogy of being on the aeroplane.
Yes.
And you know, you put your mask on before you put on before the other you put help anyone else.
Yes.
So it is, but then obviously I think as mums, wives, sisters, we often learn the lesson the hard way.
Yeah, we do.
And I think through our stories we are able to perhaps impart some of our mistakes.
Well,
and help others learn by what we've learned.
Yes, when you trip and fall, you kind of go, I've lessons learned. You know, challenges help us to grow, help us to evolve. Actually, so that's what's in the books, which can help anybody. Really.
Yeah, whether you be a carer or a sufferer, the books are really valid. Yes. Valuable resources. So guys, thank you for joining us today, Sara.
Thank you very much.
For Sara's book is Who Cares, and it's aimed at carers. So anyone who would like to, I think it's available on Amazon.
It is on Amazon, Hammersmith Health, but I can't even say it. Hammersmith Health Books and Waterstones. You can get it from bookshops as well.
Yeah. So anyway, guys, we look forward. I think we're going to film some more videos today as well, which will come out in the later weeks. In the meantime, take care, guys. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.